Aloha Phase 1 family, this is Coach Paul.
Coach Jason here, how you doing?
Awesome. Topic for today, we want to talk about leading by example. And what that means is for us is as trainers, coaches, we take pride in practicing what we preach. So, I think it's very hard for a trainer to explain something and not be able to do the drill or exercise themselves. An example, because what I found in frustration, I watch other coaches or trainers and they're trying to explain the drill, but they're not showing them because they probably don't know how to do the drill exact themselves. They might have seen it on a YouTube channel or might have saw it, one of us doing it at training, and they think they can go back and take it to their teams, their kids, or whatever the case is. And then what happens is they get frustrated.
Yeah. The
athlete gets frustrated. Now it becomes a tug of war of frustration, and that's my biggest reason why. For I know Coach Jason himself, myself, we always do exactly what we ask our athletes to do. So put it this way, our rule is we don't ever ask our athletes to do anything that we've never done or that we won't do. So Coach Jason, what's your perspective on this?
So I think the main thing at the end of the day is what you said, Coach, is practice what you preach. I think when we are going through the workouts, if we're explaining to an athlete what to do, it's better if we just give an example and do it ourselves. Because a lot of times you got some coaches, they'll kind of sit down, just talk, and expect the athletes to do it. And like you said, they get frustrated because the athlete's not doing it the correct way. So the coach is just, in time, he's kind of lazy, he doesn't have a lot of energy. But I think me, you both, we have a lot of energy to the classes, everything we're doing. So when we are implementing these trainings, different techniques, like say we're going over an A skip or a B skip, some simple movement to us may be a complicated movement to another person. So for us to be able to do those things and do them at perfect form, I like to say, that really helps out the athletes a lot, because a lot of people are visual learners, a lot of young kids especially. They're visual learners. It's kind of hard for you to explain something to them and expect them to just do it just right away, because it doesn't work like that. You got to break it down for them, let them know why they're doing something, and then do it for them and show them. So leading by example is key points, man. If you're a coach and you're not leading by example, you're just setting yourself up for failure and setting your team up for failure.
Right, and I was a visual learner, so I was the guy when coach explained the drill, and I really didn't get it just from the explanation, and I would sit back about 4 guys deep in the line, and then I would watch and let them get yelled at, and then I'd learn the drill that way. So yeah. That's why it's key. I give applause to parents, uncles, coaches who take it upon themselves to go and train kids, because when we started Phase 1 here almost 7 years ago in Hawaii, a lot of the chatter was, why do you have to take your athlete to a trainer? That makes no sense. Like, I can do it for free at the park, in the garage, or in my backyard. So it took us some time for parents to figure out, number one, these guys actually know what they're doing. Number two, trusting the process. And still today, we still have that going on, but not as much as before. So, I just always say another thing that can happen, and this is what happened with my own kids. When my oldest son was younger, and it becomes a fight, because now it becomes dad and son. And then the coaching, as for me, I had to learn how to separate dad from coach. But at the time, it was like dad on my son. And then it becomes a tug of war, and then I just felt like, my wife's yelling at me. Why are you yelling at him? He just doesn't get it. You're not doing it right. Yeah. So I know for a fact, at a point where I didn't really know how to coach it until I really got experience. We did the studying, we do the drills, and we figure out how it's supposed to be worked out. Exactly. But I always tell parents, you don't want to have that power struggle with your own child, and then you ruin relationships where they don't want to even do it anymore. Exactly. So my thing was, though, is putting my kids with one of our coaches who I could trust that would get it done. Like my middle son right now, I'll trust putting with you, so I don't have that power struggle. I'm like, no, you're gonna train with Coach Jason. So I just encourage parents, if you really don't know what you're doing, you got to get them with, I'm not saying you have to be here at Phase 1, but I would definitely get them with someone who absolutely knows what they're doing. because like I said, no wasted movement is one of our mottos, and we teach exactly that. So anything else you want to cover with that?
Shoot, you hit it all on the head. Just at the end of the day, we want to see everyone succeed in what they do. We want Hawaii to produce the best athletes, so they can go off to their colleges, go off to these camps, tournaments, and everything, and dominate. And then people ask, "Oh, where are these people from?" "Oh, I'm from Hawaii." You know, so that's really what we want to do. So yes, we would love you at phase 1, but at the end of the day, just get work, quality work, and get better at the end of the day, because we want to see everyone succeed here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and it's never about us, it's about the community and see our athletes thrive. So with that said, gang, we'll see you on the next topic. We're out.
See ya.